You know, it's funny. Everybody hates ballasting. You know, I don't understand why.
Steve, we're live, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Just give it we'll just keep talking and whatnot. I'm gonna go get a coffee, but.
Yeah, let's just see who jumps on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hell, if they want, they can jump on and talk to us in person.
Yeah, well, look, let me go get my laptop because I don't have any way of looking at chat. Okay. Let's see. Hurry up and get your coffee, Shannon.
Hey, look, we've got a few people already.
Really? Okay. Well, good morning.
Yeah, we've got 5 people watching.
Impromptu live stream.
Oh.
Okay, let's see.
Oh.
Let's see. Where are we? Now we've got to find it.
Yeah. In case any of you guys are wondering what time it is here on my end of the world, it is currently 2:15 in the morning.
And for me, it's same time except it's 8 o'clock, West Coast time. Now we just been out here for what, the last hour, Shannon?
Yeah, just talking crap.
Just talking crap.
Yeah.
Figured might as well go live and everybody else can talk crap with us too.
The joys of having no job anymore, essentially.
Well, the joys of not being able to go anywhere, so you get to go mess around with trains.
Yeah. Nah, I still got a job. I'm just on mandatory leave without pay, as so to speak.
Yeah.
Slash part-time.
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Tomato, potato.
Where are we? I got to find the live stream so I can see chat. And if anybody wonders, this is kind of sort of maybe the new angle for Saturday mornings. I did this kind of impromptu this morning, and Brian liked it. He liked the angle. He was actually here, but he's got stuff he's got to do, so he jumped off. But if y'all like this, maybe that's the new deal. Got some trains running, kind of testing. I did kind of spend yesterday working on the coal mine.
And for anyone wondering what I'm doing with my spare time,
I'm blind, Shannon. I can't see chat right now, so you're gonna have to until I can get on.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just working on that for my boy at the moment. about approximately 2 foot by 4 foot. And I think the toaster just went. I'm getting my toast.
Oh, this is what I'm dealing with right now. Oh my God. I hope you guys, I don't know who's on here, but I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday morning.
We've got PDRR Engineering, Dale PRR guy.
That's Art. Hey, Art. Who?
Indian Head Valley, so Wilmer.
Wilmer. Hi, Wilmer.
Yeah, it is a nice. It is. Are you talking to? Is that? Hey, Wilmer. Is that in regards to Steve's lad or the 2x4 I'm building for my boy?
Well, I guess I'm not going to look at chat because this is all this thing is doing. Oh, well, I'm done. I think.
You're not done. You're never done.
This is just like Dale Bass. This is Tuesday morning coffee and trains. And whatever else you want to talk about.
Yeah, that's gonna be one my boy can play with and exhibit at exhibitions with me when I get to go to an exhibition to exhibit. But yeah, I'll have it DCC controlled. I'll have it set up so I can bunny hop it onto my system when I'm at an exhibition. And it's Thomas the Tank Engine thing too. Are you painting the road, Steve?
Well, that's what I do. I just mess with stuff until I screw it up, and then I have to start over again. This is just old. This is old dirty water, old brown dirty water. I mean, this is what I do. I mean, I come out in the mornings and I mess around with the layout, you know. And Shannon,
cheers, Wilma.
we got on, and I mean, why be out here by yourself if you can be talking halfway around the world?
I know how I can help you, Steve.
What are you eating?
Toast.
What? Toast?
Toast.
Toast. How can you help me?
Steve, I have no idea if you can see that, but
I see it. I can't read it. I'd have to wait a minute. Hang on a second. What? Just a minute. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I can read it. Let's wait. Almost. We got Wilmer. We got Dale. Hello, Dale. Good morning. This is Tuesday morning coffee and trains. Art. RD&T. Good morning. Let's see.
Seriously, you are actually reading that off your phone.
I am. Yes.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
Oh, this is actually quite amusing seeing you with those on.
And actually, in the background, the trains are probably wrecking. I don't know, but
nah, I can still see them running.
Okay, well that's good because I can't see nothing. Dale, we got Wilmer, Dale, RD&T. Okay, well, we got a few. That's pretty cool. I've got to get a lapel mic or something because I know that nobody can hear me when I'm back here. This is called an
RD&T. Hey, Steve.
Yes.
RD&T says that's a good look for you.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Wait a minute. I got another one. Hang on a second.
You got another one. I'm just waiting for you to pull the one where it's got like 100 different lenses on the front of it.
No, wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
We just have a good time. We'll just have a good time this morning.
Actually, for the guys, I know there's only a few of you on chat at the moment. Oh, I better get quiet. I'm gonna wake my boy up. I say, young lad.
No, it's chit video and all that sort of rot.
Oh God.
About one more time around Piccadilly Circus. You probably don't know that song. That's an old one.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't know. I think the Beatles did it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's. Remember those 3D printed engines I've got?
You need to send me a couple of those.
I've got these off an old friend who I've lost contact with.
Oh, crap.
And he's probably extremely busy now because he's a nurse.
Oh, I guess so. Okay. Well, we got that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to do with them, though. Like, I don't know whether to make them into a flatbed load or, you know, send them to Steve so he can...
Well, actually, I was thinking those were the... Hang on a second. Let me get rid of this thing. I was thinking, because I was... down in this, I don't know, this area with all this stuff. This was going to be sort of a, I think I'm in the way, some sort of a scrap thing. That would be a good place for a locomotive dismantling thing.
Yeah.
Because I've got enough old locomotive cab parts and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure, Steve, that one there, which is the 1, 2, 3. The V16.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure that's an AMD 645 engine.
Oh, it looks turquoise. That's all I see.
Yeah, resin print.
Okay.
Yeah, resin print all the way. It prints up to like 4 microns.
You explain to me what a micron is, and I still don't.
Okay, the human hair is on average, what was it, 30 or 40 microns wide.
Okay.
And these are printed, and the resin printer prints up to 4 microns.
That's pretty small.
Oh.
So what's everybody else up to? Read chat, Shannon, and what's everybody been doing?
Actually, I was going to say, if anyone else wants to jump on and just talk to us via webcam.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
There you go. There's the link.
We are just hanging out.
Drinking coffee, getting drunk, talking crap.
Too bad I'm drinking coffee. I mean, getting drunk, that sounds like fun. Well, of course, it's only 8:30 in the morning.
Actually, I've got a few of those beers in the fridge that are supposedly the source of the crisis at the moment.
Oh, you got some of the yellow ones. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
yellow ones.
Yeah.
If you guys are wondering why we're talking in code, we've supposedly heard a couple of live streams have been shut down due to algorithms when they hear that word.
So you can't do the Conrail word.
Yeah, that's a good one. Conrail.
Conrail. There we go. Sparky would like that. Yeah. Just don't say Conrail.
How come I'm thinking Spark is a Conrail? He favorites a Conrail scheme.
I've got one Conrail locomotive. One. Let's see.
You're running trains, are you, Dale?
I gotta find it.
Hey, Hobby Stock. How are ya?
I know I've got it.
Jeez, I'm really loud.
There we go. I've got one. Here you go, Shannon. That's the one I was talking about. Thinking about painting.
Oh yeah.
It actually runs really good. I think it's Yugoslavia. I think it's an old River Rossi or some silly thing.
Hey Steve, can you still hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Steve?
What? I can hear you.
Oh. That didn't work how I expected.
Let's see what happens if you put, let's see, a Conrail in the middle of a Santa Fe consist. Let's see.
What's going on? Oh, I plugged the bloody wrong one in again.
There we go.
There we go.
Should I see how long a train I can get running this morning before it wrecks?
Yeah. See, that's why I reckon you should go DCC, Steve.
Why?
Because then you can speed match all your locomotives, and then you can have helpers in the middle of each train.
I do that. My phone is saying low battery.
Oh no!
I gotta go. I gotta go get my phone charger and plug that in before it dies. Give me 2 minutes, maybe.
Take your time. I've got this. I've got this.
Okay, wait a minute. You know what I'm gonna do? Here's a leap of faith.
Oh god.
I'm gonna leave these guys running.
All right, guys, put your bets in. How many minutes till they derail?
Yeah, because I've never stuck that Conrail in the middle of there. I don't know what it's going to do. That could be interesting. Okay, take your.
Dun 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 dun. Oh. Nah, let me bugger that off. Ah, what the hell did I do? There we go. Ooh, 38 coal car. What's pulling it? What are you pulling that with, Dale? What was I gonna do? I'll do something. Lifelike sea liners. Jeez, I'm trying to remember what they look like. Google. Like C liners. Ah, yeah, now I know the ones.
We stalled.
Oh, did we? I didn't even notice.
There we go. Well, so far they're running, no racks.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Shannon.
That parcel that you're consolidating for me so far.
Do what?
That parcel you're consolidating at the moment for me.
Parcels that I'm consolidating. You mean the ones that I sold on eBay?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay.
How big is that parcel now?
I've got 3.
You've
You
got.
want me to? I've got 3.
Yeah. Okay, so it'll be a half decent parcel.
A what?
A half decent sized parcel.
Yeah. You want those sent?
No, not yet. I've still got that other
Oh.
parcel en route to you, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to give that one back. I told you that.
Why not?
Well, it depends on if it runs or not.
What do you mean? Depends if it runs brand new.
If it is that thing brand new?
Yes, brand spanking from the factory.
Oh man, it's a V locomotive.
I told you. I told you you're going to be breaking it in for me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you say virgin? Is that illegal? It's a virgin locomotive, I guess. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just like this one. This is a virgin locomotive.
And it's upside down. It's upside down. There you go.
See, you need one of these on your layout.
I've got a really let me see.
Not your brass ones. Don't you bring your brass ones out? Because you can't run them on that layout.
No, you're right. I can't. You're right. But if I was around a really nice HO layout, they'd run really good. Okay. You want to see if this nice little Pacific runs? Let's see that one.
Yeah. Actually, there's been a lot of those for sale here in Australia.
Well, let me get rid of, let's see. Let me pull this passenger train off. And let's see. Let's see if that'll run. Let's see how many cars it'll pull.
Wilma, you talking about pie makes me want to have a piece of cake.
Hey, Wilmer. I wish I could see chat. I can't see chat.
Shane's Trains, how are ya? Happy quarantine month, everyone.
Yeah, this is what you do. You lock yourself in the train room and you talk halfway around the world. Okay, let's see. And then you get to see the real me. Okay.
Well, I'm still in my work clothes from this morning.
Well, at least I'm dressed.
Actually.
Brian was in his jammies.
7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30.
Let's see.
Holy crap. Hey, Steve.
Yo.
So far, I've been running... Oh, actually, no, I had a nap. I had a nap for like half an hour.
You had what?
A nap.
You had a nap?
Yeah, about 6 hours ago.
So you're good to go then.
Well, I've been up since 7:20 this morning, which is approximately 19 hours ago.
Okay.
And between then and now, I've only had a half-hour sleep.
You're talking to an old railroader. I think the longest I was up was 49 hours. I learned that you don't You don't die from lack of sleep, but you sure feel like it. Hey, look, see it runs.
Oh, that runs beautifully.
And that one will pull, I think, 5 heavyweights. I think. We'll find out.
Hey, the carver's here. How are you? And Melvin, the carver, and Melvin Fackler. Sorry if I butchered your name. Man, I gotta keep my voice down. Jeez, I gotta wake everyone up in the house.
Hey, Shannon. These are all my heavyweights.
What are they? River Rossi Atlas ones?
Yeah, mix. Yeah, there's a mix of them.
They're not too bad. You got to find the right wheels for them, though.
No, they work pretty good.
Nah, but like I had a few, and I can't remember what wheel it was, but I found this one wheel that fitted them nicely, and oh my god, for stock bogey with these wheels, they just went real good. They just flew down the track.
Well, these actually roll really good. Let's see. Okay, let's put a combination in here. Let's see.
The one thing I hate is the delay from when I say something to when it actually uploads onto the live stream.
Yeah, I understand a lot of people have that problem.
Yeah. No, because I'll say something and then I'll be sitting here waiting, and then on the chat I'll be like, oh, they replied. It's like, hey, and then I'm waiting again.
That's why I have a hard time with watching chat and doing. Let's see. We got a diner, coach, observation, combination. I think this thing will pull 5 cars. I think 6 is kind of out of the ballpark. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Hasn't been running a while.
Actually, funny thing is, the more I've been doing these live streams now, I'm actually starting to recognize who's who now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what have you done?
There we go. There we go. Let's. I'm pretty sure it'll do 5, but 6, I don't know. I think that might be pushing it. Doesn't sound good. Oh crap!
Don't tell me it derailed in the tunnel.
No, actually, I forgot. Those heavyweights, they don't like those lift outs. They tend to be a little bit big. I may have to switch trains and put the Santa Fe. Let's see. Oh, it went right up. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to put this guy.
Yeah, no kidding, Wilma. It is about time.
Huh?
Oh, Wilma's just saying that, it's about time I'm starting to learn who's who. I'm shocking with names, unfortunately.
You know what I can do is I can push this thing out, and then it looks like crap, but it won't hit the outside of the loop. There we go. I don't want to change. I don't want to swap loops. Okay, let's try one more.
You're gonna try one more, are you?
One more car. See if it'll pull it. And if you want me to get really brave, I can see how many cars I can pull on the other train before it wrecks. And then everybody can see me try to pull everything off to get the train wreck out from under the tunnel.
That'll be amazing.
How about that? That would be fun, huh?
Oh yeah.
That'd be a fun way to spend a Tuesday morning. We'll have a race. So who else in chat, Shannon?
So we got, as I said, the Carver, Melvin Fackler, RDMT.
Wait. Stop, train wreck. Oh crap. Note to self.
We've got Dave BNSF and scale on now.
Hey, Dave. Oh, there we go. Moral of the story is when you pull the passenger train off and set it aside, don't put it on the main line. Okay, we got Dave's being Dave. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm sidetracked.
Yep. I've got to make this how can I make this work so you can actually see who's in chat?
Well, I won't be able to read it anyway.
No, I'm gonna try something. If I do this. And if I just go here and then I go.
Yeah, I could get yeah, see it stalls on the hill with 6. I can get 5, but 6 it ain't gonna happen.
How's that, Steve? Can you read that?
Hang on a second. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So
okay.
What I'll do is
Hello, Dave.
I'm gonna reconfigure all this.
Good. I don't need this thing. Put that away. Okay, I'm going to see how many cars I can get on this thing. And unfortunately, with the grades that I have and the curvature that I have, after about 30 cars, I have to put a helper in, which I'm going to steal this guy right here. My helper.
And Dale, wreck train forces are being dispatched by Steve.
Yep.
I like that.
We're going to do the Adams family. We're going to see how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that's going to be 20 with the helper. Now I'm going to do 15. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The funny thing is it works the same in miniature as it does in real life, where you have a third of your train, whatever the cars you have, between the helper and the rear. So I've got 15, so I'm going to run 30 cars behind it. So now I got to find 30 cars. Let's see, that's going to be fun. Okay. How many people want to make a bet this won't work? Let's see, where is...
Well, that's the thing, Steve. You're pushing the limits. You're trying to find out what's going to happen.
Oh, I've done it. I think my limit is 83 cars.
At least you've got the room to pull 83 cars.
I have that. It's on YouTube. It's 80 or 83, but it gets to the point where just the springiness of the cars just causes because I had head end, 2 mid-train helpers, and something shoving on the rear. And it just got to the point where it just, just that's my limit. It won't go more than that.
Yeah, no, on my layout, on my outer mainline loop, I can get up to 40 box cars behind a loco before it's pretty much chasing its tail.
Well, it also depends on where the loads are. If I do the loads on the head end, then and it's the same way. Prototype, you put loads on, you put empties on in the middle. You're going to string line. And okay, so let's see.
Dale's just waiting for the train wreck to happen. RDNT can't imagine even owning 83 cars. And And Dave says, had 2.5% grade on a straight, but a 90-degree curve on top. Most I ever got around that curve was 72 cars, no helpers.
Okay, so I've got 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 45, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 32, 33, 34. Okay, here, I think this is 35. Let's see what that does, just for kicks and giggles. Could be interesting while I dig out some more cars. I blew out my knee yesterday.
Oh, they're swimming.
What?
Those cars are swimming. It's going all right.
No, I know that Conrail's kind of blinking, so let's see. Oh, I know what I could do. I could use, wait a minute, these guys.
Steve's had an idea.
Got an idea. How about, let's see. Let's put, we've got these guys. We can call it Tuesday morning train wreck.
Hey, at this rate, I might be on here every morning or every night, depending what time it is on the other side of the world.
It's been a long time since I've tested the limits of this thing. Problem is I've got to see how these guys speed map because not everything likes to run. Actually, we're gonna do it this way. Let's add some cars.
Steve, you're in the way. They can't see the trains run.
Oh, they can't. Oh, look.
Ah!
Now that was my fault.
Oh. So I still got to clean up after this. Damn.
You got to do what?
I've got to clean up the floor.
Why?
Why? I don't think 11-month-old baby mixes very well with X-Acto knife.
No, I would guess not.
For those who are wondering, I'm currently working on another layout for my boy on the floor. Cork's been laid. I've got to do track work tomorrow. And then wiring. Once that's done, then I'll do scenery. It's roughly a 2x4 layout, but I work in metric, so metric is 600 mil by 1200 mil. And it's a Thomas the Tank Engine thing.
Let's see. We're going to trade this guy.
I think we're all just watching you, Steve.
You are? Why?
Because you're running trains.
Because they want to see a train wreck.
Yeah. You'd be surprised, Dave. Like, my boy's 6, but he's actually, what's the word? Articulate. And very, very cautious of how he handles N-scale trains.
Obvious. Oh. Are we having fun yet? Let's try this again. These guys run too slow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go back to plan A, which was with the Conrail. I haven't matched these guys in a long time, so I don't know what runs do together. Obviously, those don't. So, try this again. Let me know if I'm in the way, because I can't tell.
Yeah. See, Steve, this is why you need to go DCC, because then you can go, okay, everything is speed matched to run at the same speeds, regardless.
Don't go there. I'm cheap.
Oh, you're talking about the X-Acto knife. Yeah, nah. Actually, where is the X-Acto knife? Uh-oh.
I probably should.
Where did I put the X-Acto knife?
Okay, so now let's see.
I've got it. Whoa.
I may have to switch to the Santa Fe F7s.
Hey, Steve, we're going to buy you a green shirt and you're going to become a green screen so you can never get in the way.
Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. Oh, this is not working. Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, see, you're staying up late to see how many trains I can rent. Let's try this.
Yeah, I am staying up late to see how many trains you can wreck. And I've got to figure out which screen I want to look at. Jeez. Tired Shannon gets confused. I've got that screen and that screen showing the same thing.
Well, that's 31 cars with no helpers. Let's see what we can do. And I'll put the mountain back on.
Steve, in my opinion, you need to run more steam.
They won't pull anything.
Maybe they won't pull anything.
No. No, I've got that really nice Atlas. What was it? A 484. Runs great. It'll pull 3 cars, and that's it.
Yeah, 484 Atlas. So that's
runs great.
Yeah, so that's a heavy
It's
mountain.
it's a northern.
Oh yeah, that's right, Northerns.
It runs great. It runs fantastic. But
and I bet you paid pittance for it.
Actually, I got a pretty good deal on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
that's why.
Is that why? Oh, see, look.
Yep. Put it this way, Steve. I think my cheapest steam locomotive I paid. Now I'm thinking of exchange rates, or what the exchange rate was back then.
Damn, that's heavy.
So if I pay,
okay, let's see.
I think I paid something like $50 or $60 brand new. And that was for like one of these.
What? How about, let's see, what if we do...
What do you reckon, guys? Do you think Steve needs more steam?
No, we got, wait a minute. And see, it won't pull these up. Okay, so what we're going to do...
Steve, have you heard of bullfrog snot?
Heard of what?
Bullfrog snot.
No.
No. Have you been living under a rock?
I do.
Okay, put it this way. It is a little, I guess, container of paint as such, but it's not exactly paint.
Mm-hmm.
It's a product where you get a little bit, you put it on like a bit of paper or a bit of tin foil or whatever, add water to thin it out, and you apply it on locomotive wheels, right?
Okay.
Like not all the wheels, just like, one set of driver wheels. And when it dries, it's pretty much rubber tires for your loco.
Really?
Yep.
Nobody can probably see what I'm doing over here.
To give you an idea, Steve.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab this one. Ugh.
How about it?
Steve, you looking at the screen?
Oh.
The Berkshire.
Bullfrog snot.
Yeah. Okay, for those who actually have owned a Walther's Lifelike Berkshire, knows that the pulling power on them isn't very great. But I have a video somewhere on my channel that, every time I get a Lifelike Berkshire, I try and modify it as much as I can. I was fortunate enough that I bought one where it was broken, couldn't fix it, but I had a lot of good spare parts, and I was able to, and I figured out that when they manufactured the actual chassis, the split frame chassis for the Berkshires from Walthers, they had a provision in the gearbox where the wheels go, where it looked like they planned to put a third gear on a third driver, and then they're going, nah, let's decide against it. Let's just put 2 geared wheels. That's it. So what I did is I swapped the axles over. So that one there currently has 3 geared wheel drivers, and I always bullfrog snot the second set of drivers from the front. So that way when it gets under load, it doesn't do a wheelie and derail itself off through a curve. Anyway, long story short, the pulling power that I managed to get out of that went from 5 box cars with dodgy-ish wheels, so they weren't really free rolling. So let's say between 5 and 10 box cars, and I managed to double and a half its capacity. Bye, Wilma. Wilma's off.
We lost Wilmer?
Yeah, he's going. He's got things to do, I think.
Oh, crap. Too bad. Bye. Bye, Wilmer.
It's not too bad. Come on, everyone's got a life. Not everyone's in lockdown.
No, it's not bad. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so let's see. I've got 3 head in, 5 in the with 1. Nope, and that one's not going to like that one either. You got to find the right combination of cars, and that's what takes the time. Let's see. This is not working. Let's see. Let's try this again. Maybe this was a bad idea.
Maybe. Hey, Steve.
Yes.
I got a whole bunch of these.
What is it?
I don't know. I can't read Japanese. And I'm too lazy to look up on Google what it is. But I think it might be the lighting kits for the passenger cars.
We're trying a different deal here. We're going to try something different.
Container Man 68. Is it Saturday already? And I missed my knee surgery? Hey, Container Man, how are you?
Hello, Roy. We're just screwing around.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. What we're gonna do is let's see. We're gonna take that off. And we're gonna go all the way around.
Okay, we got Jerry. I swear I'm gonna butcher this bad. Saturial, I think is how you pronounce it. He's in chat now.
Hello, Jerry. This is Tuesday morning, BS and trains. Okay, let's see. Let's do. We'll use the 5 Santa Fe's. Let's do it that way.
I swear, Steve, in the space of about 10-15 minutes, I think we have managed to get you to pull out most of your stock.
There's actually more.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the screen and all I see is a whole bunch of rolling stock swimming in the sea.
Yeah. Well,
all taking a surf.
Well, we're going to start over again. Okay, we'll run.
Actually, that's the other thing, Steve. You know why you need to go DCC?
What's that?
You want to know why you should go DCC as well?
Why?
Because then you can run sound.
Okay. Well, we can do that.
What?
What if we take? Let's take.
All I'm pretty much telling you is to spend the same money you spent on your collection so far.
And so I'm gonna make sure that these are speed maps. Let's see. These are
those wall bonnet Santa Fe units?
There we go. Yeah. Okay, they run good together. So let's do.
Steve doing mathematics.
Well, see, that's speed matching without DCC. See, those are pretty good. That'll work. Okay, so we'll pull those off. And we find the heavier card. Now I don't even know where my re-railer went. Okay.
Must have a mosquito flying around here somewhere because I've just gotten bitten by something.
Okay, if anybody sees my re-railer, let me know because I don't see it.
Hang on, Steve, stand back. Let me see. Isn't it right there next to your bowl?
No, I just had it. That's what's great. You lose
see you, Jerry.
And... Okay, well, I guess I'll do it the hard.
Actually, Steve, you know what I was thinking?
No.
Just wait till that package of mine arrives at your house and you break that package in for me.
Yeah.
Then you'll see what happens when you spend a decent amount of coin on a decent locomotive.
Yeah, I don't know how your wife puts up with it.
Well, she's already told me that if I sell a few of the collectible ones, like my 2 Galloping Gooses, she said if I sell any of those, she won't be exactly happy. Like when I bought the first one, she threatened to divorce me if I ever got rid of it. Because like I looked at it and I kept seeing it at the shop, and then one day we were driving, we were doing something, and I took it to the train shop, and she went in there. She's been in there a few times, and I showed her, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm thinking of getting this. What do you reckon?" And she's like, "Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, you should get it." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that." And yeah,
that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal, actually. See, everything I've got is cheap second hand. So
no, there's nothing wrong with second hand, but you just gotta do your homework.
I did enough homework in high school.
No. You got to do more homework. I know I think a lot of the N-Scale community would know about him, but do you know about the website Spook Show?
No.
Jesus Christ, Steve, I swear you live under the biggest rock that anyone could find.
No, I shelter in place all the time.
Okay, so Spook Show, it's a blog run by a guy named Mark, and it's pretty much the N scale Bible of reviews in regards to locomotives.
Okay.
So this guy, he has like the amount of locos he's bought and sold and bought and sold just to do these reviews is enormous. And he's and like yeah, as I said, everyone who's in N scale and is after a review on whether it's a loco worth having or not. The amount of times I go to this website, look at Speak Show's reviews. That'll tell you if you want it. And like that, yeah, all my steam engines, like every time I look at a steam engine, I'll be on eBay and I'm like, that's a pretty good deal, but is it worth it? And then I'll be doing my homework. I'm like, oh, grade C, oh, should I put? And then I start looking up reviews like, bullfrog snot modifications. Like, not too much effort, I won't buy it. Or, no, that's a really good price, I'll buy it.
It's kind of like a blue book for cars, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it is. Only downside is he doesn't have like recommended prices, but obviously, trains is like the stock market. Prices change up and down drastically very quickly. I mean, look at all the Athen units for the challenges and big boys in N scale.
Well, you're out of control with that.
No. I'm not out of control.
That's why I say you don't need that locomotive that's coming here because you've got way too many.
No, I don't. Steve, you're using those bad words again.
What, too many?
Yep.
Well,
oh, Claude's in.
Yeah. Hello, Claude. Good morning.
Container Man says he lives in the southwest corner of Oregon. There ain't nothing there.
Yep. They changed us into our own country.
Yeah. Maybe I should send you over to my mate Ernie's place.
To where?
My mate Ernie. I have to figure.
Oh yeah.
I have to figure out where he lives, but I remember in a couple of his photos he's got.
I sure wish somebody would find my re-railer.
I think he has 15 challenges from memory.
Jeez.
And then he's got like 8 FEF-3s. I think he's got 12 big boys. And then he's got there's all these other locos that you will never be able to find unless you kit bash them from scratch. And yeah, he's got an impressive collection.
I don't know how many that is right now. I just know the longer it gets, the slower you have to run.
Here you go, Steve.
What?
Michael McCarville. He's just joined the chat. Engines are like donut. Yeah, he says engines are like donuts. One of each, please.
One of each. That doesn't work. Let's see. I've got more cards. Let's see how that does. I don't even know how many that is. I want to know where my re-railer went. I can't find it. Stupid thing. Where got that down there?
What scale do you do, Container Man?
I think Roy does HO.
Does he?
Yeah. But I think you've got something in your truck, don't you, Roy? Stupid thing go. How do you lose a re-railer?
Very easily.
Shouldn't be that hard.
You would have buried it. Guaranteed it. I bet you it's under that bowl.
Oh well, let's see that. Let's see, because I'm going to see how many we can get going. let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got 15. Well, that didn't work.
Okay, if I'm understanding what Roy is saying, I think he says he does both N and HO scale.
That's what I was actually.
In the case. Hey, Roy. So if that's the case, you'd know how hard it is to find these.
Yeah, see, we're having all kinds of fun. There we go, that one.
An N scale. Wait. An N scale. Switching that. Oh, that'll be awesome.
I should go back to what we were doing and quit trying to figure out how many cars I can run live on YouTube.
I think you decided to do that off your own bat.
What's that?
I think you decided to do that off your own bat.
I did. That's what I did. I sat out here for one afternoon, I think it was, and that's how I got that 80 car train. I did this and tried to speed match.
That's right. I remember we're doing an operations session at my mate's place, or more of an acquaintance, I guess, or mate, however you want to say it. Anyway, I was there once, and there was a few of us there, and myself, one other guy. So the other guy had his GS4 with the full 18 car set. I had my GS4 with the full 18 car set. I also had my Union Pacific 11 car set. Then the guy whose layout was, he had his Union Pacific 11 car set and the Union Pacific 7 car set. So we're just going, screw it. Let's see how many Kato passenger cars a GS4 can pull. So,
well, I seriously think you find a model railroading support group about addiction to buying trains. I mean, that's just my opinion. Don't you think?
Steve, I am sure that everyone in chat right now is staring at you like, what is wrong with you? You are a stirrer.
I'm a what? I'm just gonna keep going until it wrecks again. Well, somebody count these. I don't even know how many these are. You can run this guy going this way, I guess. You're gonna have to read chat for me because I can't see.
Well, at the moment, man, Container Man are kind of bonding over spine cars and well cars. Which I have a set of well cars in there somewhere. Yeah, I don't know who's seen my videos, but I'm currently doing a stock take. That's currently my dining room floor. That's the lounge room floor. Dining room table.
Gary says I need to buy. Okay, I can do that.
Maybe you're the one that needs help, Steve.
Oh, there's no question I need help.
Actually, Roy agrees. Steve has flipped his lid. He's the one that needs therapy.
It's funny. It's stolen. Oh, I definitely need therapy. There's no question. This is what happens when you're, confined to the train room. And Shannon wants to stay up all night and talk.
Well, I've got nothing else to do. I don't have work tomorrow. Like I'm currently on standby. Like literally, you know, like I got the. I wouldn't say it was a phone call. I just got the message saying, "Hey, don't come into work tomorrow." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm staying up late.
Okay, we're at 32, and that's working. Um, we'll do that one.
Oh, Gary, no, I got first dibs on this collection. Gary Walters, if
What?
it, Gary Walters says if anyone gets the sickness that Steve has and would feel better with less, I can send my address to them.
Okay. Yes.
Claude says you've been sniffing too much diesel fumes.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though
I have.
considering I need to weld the exhaust on my car, and every time I start my car up in the morning, I have to press the recirculation button on the aircon system because there's just all this diesel exhaust coming into the cabin.
Well, somehow we stalled. Well, that's funny you would say that because I'm gonna stop this for a minute because right now it's misbehaving. Yeah, and about sniffing diesel fumes. Yeah, that was always fun when because working for the railroad when they got the crews out of balance and you had more in Fresno and less in Richmond, they would deadhead crews back to Richmond to get them ready for the train, and so you would ride second or third unit all the way from Fresno, 196 miles, and smelling diesel the whole way. And I think the worst time was they did headed me on a drag. They didn't have anything really going, so they stuck me on a 12-hour. It's an 839. It was leaving Callaway. We had 140 cars. You get to Richmond, and you go back to work, but dragging up Glen Fraser Canyon was a 1% grade, and there were 5 units on it, and I was on the second one, and we've got a mile-long tunnel right at the top of the grade.
I see where this is going.
And this thing was dragging up the hill. I don't think we were doing 5 miles an hour. And these things were in run 8, pulling this thing over the hill. And I knew it was going to be bad. And, so about the first, 2,000 feet, it wasn't too bad. But after that, it started getting really hot and really smoky. And I was looking in my grip, trying to find anything I stick over my head. So I found some old sweatshirts and did that. And then I got a, wet paper towel, got that wet. And I was breathing like this, trying. So I don't know how those old steam engine guys did it. And it's like, man, it got so bad. I went out on, the front end of the engine, walked down on the steps and got to the bottom step. So, because it was cooler down there and the smoke wasn't so bad to breathe, to finally get out of that tunnel. So that was the worst. You talk about diesel fumes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've smelled a few.
Yeah. Well, in saying that, Steve, with the whole steam engine thing, how do you think the cab forwards came to fruition?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because with I'm hoping I'm not getting my geography wrong. Southern Pacific used to do Donner's Pass, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 And with all the snow sheds and tunnels up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it
was pretty much like every couple of 100 feet, tunnel,
right.
cliff, tunnel, cliff, tunnel, cliff, bridge, tunnel.
And they had old school respirators back then. They gave before the regular steam engines something to breathe, to get through there and flip it, flip the locomotive around was kind of a no-brainer, especially since they were burning oil. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, like Well, that's the thing. Like, I've got a couple of EM-1 in N scale. I've never. Oh, actually, no, wrong. I've run them for maybe an hour. I've had them for like the last 4 years, and I've probably only ran them for an hour each. And the only reason I've got them is because they're the perfect chassis to convert them into an AC-9. And the room, I'm pretty sure this is fairly accurate, but just for argument's sake, we'll just say the rumor is that when they designed the AC-9, they were like, oh yeah, this is really good. You know, it can pull a lot of cars and etc. and whatnot. When they were trying to figure out the problem and decide to do with the cab forward, they just literally grabbed the AC-9 chassis, redesigned the cab, and just just put the tender at the front of the loco. That's all they did. Because I think the AC-9s were originally coal, I think, and then
they were, yeah,
and then not too long after they converted them to oil.
Right.
But
yeah,
yes,
because everything on the coast was running pretty much oil back then. So yeah, I think that was a no-brainer for them to do that. Just run. Yeah, all they had to do is run the piping up to the firebox and heat it up. You know, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think they were using bunker oil, but I'm not exactly sure what they were burning.
No, bunker oil was actually fairly cheap up until bunker oil started to get expensive in the I think mid to late 1950s, because the GTEL 8500 turbines, they were running bunker C oil.
Okay.
And the reason they pulled them out of action was because the bunker C oil was getting expensive because the plastics industry actually found a use and could actually make plastic products out of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why bunker C oil got so expensive, because the plastics industry was like, oh, if we manufacture the oil this way, we can actually make different plastics. And then I'll have to look into it to see what plastics and other products are made out of it. But yeah, that's why the prices went up dramatically. And because it used to be something like, bunker C oil was just basically just the crap that, you couldn't do anything with.
Yeah, it was pretty thick, wasn't it? I mean,
it was pretty much it was pretty much the leftover of crude oil, really.
It was almost like tar, if I.
Yeah, you had to heat it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's the other thing as well with bunker C oil, because what you can do with bunker C oil is in the refineries. I know they do this, and I think part of it is bunker C oil is they put it through another. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a stack or something, where they boil the oil and then they collect the different fuels that comes off it. But with when they refine crude oil, they don't actually get a lot of petroleum out of it, so they actually have to get all the crud from the bottom, reboil it, and superheat it to an extent. And the reason
somebody could correct me wrong. I think in the refining process it's called cracking, because I know Standard Oil had a huge refinery next to Richmond where he used to work, and that was a fun place to switch because stunk bad. But yeah, my understanding is that stack, when they refine it, all this stuff would separate.
Yeah, it'll separate in its different weights.
Product.
Yeah, in its different weights.
The bunker C, I think, was like at the bottom.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because with, like, you see it when you burn plastic, how it becomes that like black smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, when you superheat bunker C oil and all the crud that's left at the bottom, if you look at it from a molecular point of view, crude oil is basically hydrocarbons, and the longer the hydrocarbon chain, it depends on how thick it's going to be. So, LPG gas is a very short chain, petroleum's a little bit longer, diesel's a little bit longer, you know, your plastics are long ass chains, and then, you know, your heavier plastics are even longer chains, so on and so forth. But when you superheat it, what tends to happen is those hydrocarbon chains break into smaller chains. So, you know, when they refine, from what my understanding, when they refine the oil the first time around, they send all the crud down to the other tower. Oh, there you go, Dave. Cracking. Yeah, it is a cracking tower. They send it to the cracking tower, and the cracking tower, you know, reheats it, superheats it to force those hydrocarbons to break into the certain sizes they need to get more out of it in regards to fuels.
Right.
And I think what I remember reading a while back was when they refine crude oil, they didn't get a lot of petroleum out of it, so so when they send all the stuff to the cracking tower, that's where they got more petroleum production, because when they broke those chains, you know, those chains broke into the right size to be petroleum, as such.
Right. Well, wasn't it, you know, way back when they first started internal combustion engines? I think gasoline was a byproduct that nobody knew what to do with. I think they were trying to get kerosene or something, weren't they? I mean, I think gasoline.
Yeah, I think it was kerosene and gasoline. They didn't know what to do with it. But even then, I think the first diesel engine that was ever designed ran on pure crude oil.
Yeah.
That would have been
Well, see, that's what's great about diesels, man. They'll run on just about anything, really. You know, they're set up.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, look at what's it called? The hippie juice version of diesel, where they make it out of
Biodiesel.
That's the one. Yeah, the one they make out of like corn and stuff.
Corn and soy. It's organic based.
Yeah. But that's the same thing, because all they're doing is it's still an oil, and you know, you put on enough, you refine it correctly, and put on under enough pressure, you can it'll still ignite. And
what's funny is some of the biodiesel in a diesel engine, it sounds, I don't know if anybody's actually done it, but if you follow them, it kind of smells like French fries.
Yeah. Actually, in saying that, there's a with the ethanol that you put in the cars now, with
ethanol,
some of the people who drive like the Japanese car imports and that, there's actually a product you can add into the fuel tank with the ethanol, and it makes the exhaust smell like strawberries.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, but it can kill you.
Yeah.
Oh, this smells so pretty. Oh, why do I feel so lightheaded? Plop.
Oh. Let's see. I haven't looked at chat. Let me look at this thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Dave's been chiming in.
We need to get Dave. Dave, we need to get you on Saturday mornings. You know, because we're still trying to get, you know, Steve, which is what is it? The BNSF Cajon sub. Need to get him on too. So we still got plans.
Yeah. Well, we also got
got Allison on next Saturday, right?
Yeah, we've got Allison this Saturday coming. We still got to get There's Gary. There's Leslie, and there's another person as well. I think we've got 4 people that.
Oh yeah.
That'll put their hand up to come on the live show.
Yeah, I've got his name on the top of my tongue, and I can't think of it offhand. But yeah.
Yeah. So I think I've done testing with Gary, and Gary's stream came through really good, and he had a really good layout. So, you know, I wouldn't mind getting him on here and you know, showing off his layout.
Yeah, I want to see Steve's too. I mean, he's got a pretty impressive and scale Cajon subdivision. That's
Every
pretty
every
cool.
time I hear Cajones, all I think of is balls.
No, that's Cajones.
No,
Cajon.
no, because in
Cajones.
Spanish, cajon is how you pronounce it.
Cajon.
Cajon. Yeah, cajon. It's basically balls, testicles.
Well, or you could say huevos. You know, I got the huevos too, but
Yeah, huevos. Not
yeah, pork
not
rind.
huevos, huevos.
Huevos. However,
However, this is my heritage you're butchering right now.
oh, I'm sorry. So what huevos?
Nah, huevos. So you
Huevos.
don't go huh, just go wuh.
Just
Just like
whoa.
get rid of the H
Huevos.
sound. Yeah, huevos.
Huevos.
Yeah,
Huevos.
yeah,
Okay.
huevos.
Huevos. That's my Southern Oregon accent.
Mm. Yeah. Actually, that reminds me. My cousin wants to live abroad over here in Australia.
Really?
Mm.
Is he
Yeah.
going to go in the outback?
Sorry.
Is he going to go in the outback?
No, she's gonna live here with me for a little bit, and then she's gonna,
Okay.
once she gets settled in, then she'll decide whether she stays with me for the year or, moves out to her own little apartment for the remainder. Because yeah, she just
Actually, I don't know why that's cool. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just thought of something. What can you? How do Australian railroads work? Because I keep seeing all these things with crew cars on the head end of trains. What's the districts that people run? How long is it? Obviously, they're long if they've got crew cars, in the locomotive consist. So are these guys sleeping on them and changing shifts, and the train just keeps going?
essentially yes, but also some of the trains actually is pretty much a moving hotel. Like
Okay.
like the biggest one we have. Well, I think it's the biggest one. It might be bigger, but we've got the GAN, and yeah, that's got 3 or 4 crew cars on it. But the train itself is probably 3/4 of a mile long for a
That's
passenger.
not very big.
Sorry,
That's not very big.
it's pretty big for us
3/4 of a mile.
for a passenger train.
Oh, I was talking about. Oh, okay. I was talking about freight. I'm sorry.
Oh, freight. Actually, hang
No,
on.
that's a big passenger train. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I said it's pretty much a it's a mobile hotel. But hang on. Biggest Australian.
I need a cushion on this chair. This is what I'm sitting on. My butt hurts. But no, I mean, our district back when I was running was 196 miles, and we had a special hot shot. They called it a Q train. That was they were at the time they were trying to compete with. Sorry, Roy, but they were trying to compete with the trucking industry between the Bay Area and Southern California. And this was a really hot train. It would have 1 locomotive and about 8 cars, maybe 8 or 10. But it ran between the Bay Area and Bakersfield, and it was 303 miles.
Mm.
And that was I worked that for several months, regular in the wintertime, and that is a long trip.
Yeah,
because we were in Central Valley, Central California fog, and when you can't see anything, I don't know if anybody knows what running trains in the fog at 70 miles an hour is like. It's I try to tell people it's like driving down the freeway with your hat like this, and you see the hood of your car, and that's it. And doing that for 303 miles. By the time I got to the hotel, man, you're blurry-eyed. You can't see. I know that they don't have that in Australia, but I don't know what the districts are and how far they run.
Well, the thing is with this, well,
Far.
yeah, well, the issue is when Australia became a country as such, um, a lot of um, what would you call them? A lot of the people that were running the states didn't really communicate with each other and had the whole mentality of I'm better than you.
Right.
So parts of Australia run standard gauge, parts of Australia run broad gauge. Some parts of some parts of Australia run narrow gauge. Like between Victoria and Queensland, there is one train line that'll do the full Queensland down to Victoria, which is standard gauge. But here in Victoria, it is dual gauge till it gets to about, I think, an hour and a half out of the city. No, till it gets to Albury, which is at the border of the states. And then when it gets to the Queensland border, I think it goes dual gauge again, where it goes from, you got your standard gauge, but then you got your narrow gauge. And I think some parts of Queensland, I think, are triple gauge.
Now, broad gauge is what, like 5 feet?
Hang on, I'll tell you because Victoria is broad gauge.
In the States, narrow is 3 feet. Standard is 4 feet 6.5 inches. And I think broad gauge. I think Brazil runs broad gauge.
Yeah,
I'm not sure though.
Okay, here you go. These are all the gauges that run in Australia at the moment. We got 1 foot 11 5/8 inch, 2 foot gauge, 2 foot 5.5 inches, 2 foot 5/16, 2 foot 6, 2 foot 11 3/32s, 2 foot 11 7/16, 3 foot, 3 foot 3, 3 foot 6. Then we got standard gauge at 4 foot 8.
Are you serious?
Yep. Then we got broad gauge at 4 foot 11, 5 foot, 5 foot 2, 5 foot 2.5, 5 foot 3, 5 foot 5 and 21/32s, and 5 foot 6.
Those are all the gauges in Australia? Holy crap!
Pretty sure, unless I'm reading this wrong.
That sounds like the United States before the Civil War. Everybody had their own.
Yeah, well, as I said, all the states in Australia were like, nah, screw you, we're going to do our own thing. Oh, nah, bugger you off, we're going to do our thing, No, we don't want your trains running on our land.
Right.
And then when they became a nation, it's like, we kind of screwed this up a little bit, didn't we? Because
what's that?
With the different gauges, like I know some parts of Victoria are re-gauging to standard gauge, so that way the freight trains can actually run from Queensland to New South, from New South to Victoria, and then Victoria to South Australia, and then South Australia back up to Northern Territory.
Oh, that sounds like Crocodile Dundee, the Northern Territory. That's how much I know about geography in Australia.
Well, Crocodile Dundee. Oh, actually, yeah. Now I'm just trying to find what was I searching out before. Trying to find.
I want you to find my re-railer. I still haven't found that thing. How does it disappear? I've been sitting here talking for an hour since I lost it. I still don't see it. And now I'm going to go to the mail. I'm going to get 1,000 re-railers.
Okay, here you go. The longest coal train in Australia, which was the record for us, was 136 coal wagons, which carried 11,000 metric tons and had a distance of 2.3 kilometers, which I think is about 1.5 miles ish.
Mm-hmm. I think that the The largest train I ever had was 168 cars. This was back in 1983.
1983.
That was an interesting trip. We had 4 6-axle locomotives. 2 of them were dead and conscious leaving Richmond. So we had 2 actually working. The second unit leaving Richmond, we had a ground relay, which was an electrical problem. So we ended up isolating 2 traction motors on that one. So we basically had a brand new ST40-2, and I don't remember the number. I'd have to look it up. And a 5900, one of the old covered the Cal units that had 2 traction motors cut out. And we were limping into Fresno. I think our top speed was 18 miles an hour, and that was going a little tiny bit downhill. And that poor 5100, that thing was just smoking by the time we got in.
I can imagine the generators and transmission would have been fried.
Oh, that thing was running. I mean, because there's on the amp meters, and you can look it up, but on the amp meters on the locomotives, you had some green, yellow, and red. It was in hours that you could run it at that amperage. Green, you can run it forever. Yellow, you had a certain amount of time that you could run it, and then you had to back off the throttle to get it back into the green to cool off the traction motors. And red, it was like, kind of, you got a very certain amount of time that you can run it in that, and then you have to shut it down or you're going to fry the motors. And they wanted this train, and this thing was running in yellow and red for almost 12 hours. and I guarantee you really had to replace all those motors on that
Oh, yeah, you would have.
Because it was never in the green. We would drop down to the low yellows for a little while, jump up to the red, and then we'd jump down to the yellow. I think we maybe downhill a little bit. We hit into the green just enough to cool it off.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip. That was a fun trip.
The
other one that...
Actually, Steve, I was going to say, I'm just looking at chat. I think the guys are hanging a bit of crap on you at the moment.
Uh-oh. Well, that's okay.
I'm trying.
It's not the first time.
Yeah. Dave's saying you should paint your rear railer yellow, or if you want, you can do a hot pink.
That's a good idea.
That or hot pink, if you prefer.
That's not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea.
Claude is saying something about you having low standards.
Have what?
Claude's saying something about you having low standards.
Low standards. Yeah. I would agree with that. I don't know where it went. I have no clue. I don't know where, but no, painting it bright yellow or pink, actually, that's a really good idea.
Oh, you're actually considering pink. Oh, there you go.
Hey, real men wear pink.
Sunrise.
That's what they say.
Victoria. Okay, so 28. So the.
I would. Huh?
I'm starting to trip. I'm looking outside and I'm thinking, is it sunrise or something? But it must just be like light radiation or something.
I mean, I hate it when stuff just vanishes.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. It's when you don't need it, it'll appear.
Exactly, and it's like, well, why didn't I see it?
Actually, what's the word? It's a. There's actually a word for it when you.
Colonel Murphy.
No, it's not Colonel Murphy.
Oh, I'd love to find it. Probably stuck. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, now they're going to really ration the crap.
What?
I was just saying, I probably stuck it in my.
Oh. And Steve, I'm the one that's now pulling like a 20 hours since I got up. Jesus.
Okay, well, welcome to my world. No wonder my butt hurt. I was sitting on it.
Container. Roy is asking me to ask you what the US standard gauge railroad track is.
4 feet 8.5 inches. Why? I don't know. I always heard it. That was the old wagons.
Yeah.
Years and years and years ago. That was the gauge of the old wagons that they put on the rails. But I mean, where do you come up with 4 feet 8.5 inches? That's crazy.
I don't know. Ask the Brits.
I don't know.
Ask the British.
Well, I know the train that I painted, that's 7.5 inch, which is funny because it's 1.5 inch scale, but on the East Coast they run 7.25 inches, not 7.5.
Yeah,
So,
I think here in Victoria we've got 7.25 inch gauge for the ride on railways.
I mean, that's something that really should be standardized. Actually got some people have their trains so that they can adjust the width on the wheels, which I guess if you build it, it's pretty simple to do. You know, Allen set screw in.
Roy was asking you about the gauge because earlier you supposedly said 4 foot 6 inches.
I said 4 foot 6. Oh, could it be when I was looking for my re-railer?
I don't know. All I know is that this stream I think's been going for like almost 2 hours now.
I think so, yeah.
And
you probably need to go to bed.
Well, it's 10 to 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
10 to 4, and I haven't even gotten out of my work clothes since this morning.
Well, we just got on to I can't say it, bull crap anyway, so. But, well, we should probably let you go to bed. I should probably go get my dogs out. They've been locked in the house for a while.
Good thing I don't have to work tomorrow. I can sleep in.
I think it's a good thing.
What?
What?
No, what did you say?
Oh, sleep. I said it's a good thing you can sleep in.
Yeah, but I don't like sleeping in. I feel like I wasted the day.
I don't get to sleep in. My dogs don't let me sleep in. If I'm lucky, I can, I don't think I can sleep much past about 6 o'clock. Usually 4:30 is when it's wake up call. I got to go.
Yeah, well, tomorrow morning I've got to solder these together.
Oh, that's nice.
And then, actually, how's this, right? So I'm building this layout for my boy, and for about two years I've had 2 double slips that I was going to put on my refurbished layout when I got round to it. And instead, he's going to be the first one who gets to play with it. He gets to have a double slip before I do.
And you said he's 6?
Yep.
He's a lucky kid.
Actually, I'm still trying to decide whether I should put a couple of rods so I can throw the switches remotely from one side of the layout.
Yeah, why not?
It'll be for these 3 anyway.
Let's see. Okay.
Actually, no, it'll be for these 3. So I just got to make 3 wires for that. get that done. Get it all wired up. I'll have that layout running in about. I think I'll have it up and running in about 2 days. And then after 2 days, I'll get some legs for it. And then we can start doing the scenery.
My project has been up here, this mess.
Well, just do what I told you to do, and that should take up a lot of that black out of it, and you know.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, actually, it's not too black. I mean, it would be nice to have it be a little lighter, but
it looks really black where I'm sitting.
It looks really black on screen, but if you look at it, you know, in person, it really doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, just take it up because you don't want to make it too dark. You want to be able to get some lack of the better word, texture in how dark some spots are versus other spots.
Exactly.
Because obviously, like where all the coal cars get loaded up, there's going to be a lot of dark, you know, coal right there, and then obviously with wind and weather, it'll eventually spread out to the rest of the area.
Yeah, because it's got, you know, there's this road, which it was funny. It was supposed to be just kind of a gravel road, but turned out it almost looks like concrete, you know, by accident. I mean, it looks fine, but that wasn't my intention. It was I've got a rock driveway. It's a 3/4 minus crushed rock, and if you take the rock, I mean, it's been sitting there for a while, and you sift it down just really fine, you end up with this really fine, it's almost like concrete.
Nice.
And it, you know, that wasn't my intention, but it actually made for a pretty rock solid road.
Yeah. No, I can't do that here. Like where I live, you got two options. You dig about 6 feet, and then you either hit sand or you hit clay. Like Mum's house is actually, funny enough, Mum's house is closer to the beach than what my house is, and yet she's on clay soil, and I'm on sandy soil.
Well, here we're a mixture of clay and rock, granite rock, but the driveway is something that you know, was put in. You know, that's pretty common around here as you know, for a crushed rock driveway, and that's what we have. But it, you know, driving over it over the years, it does break down. And if you pull down, actually, hang on a second, I'll go get it. I'll show you. Looks like,
we're now talking about driveways. Jesus.
Basically, it looks like that. I mean, it's just they call it 3/4 minus.
Oh yeah.
And that stuff, when it breaks down, you get that little powder, and it's almost like concrete. Sift it out. I didn't, you know, I'm trying to find, you know, some stuff around here that you know, that doesn't cost anything. And this is all dirt from my yard. It starts as this. Just this crap.
Oh, nice.
You know, and once it's dry and you sift it down, you get this, and then if you really sift it down, you get that, and it's cheap, doesn't cost anything. Mix it with some woodland scenic stuff, and you're good to go. That's what I've been doing. That's what all this is. All the scenery stuff is all.
What was I gonna say? I can't remember now.
Well, it's only 4 a.m.
Yeah, I know. Now that's gonna bug me. Now it's gonna keep me up. Damn it. Well, I'm not lying to you. It's actually bugging me right now. I was gonna say something and I can't remember now.
Let's see what's chat saying.
Chat.
Well, Roy, if I probably said 4 feet 6, yeah, because I probably wasn't thinking. 4 feet 8.5 inches, I think. Right? 4 feet 8.5 inches. Oh, see, that's what gets me in trouble all the time. But you said, and it's like, no, I didn't. It's like, yeah, you did. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. And so, see, now it's, it's forever on YouTube that, yes, Steve said that the American standard gauge is 4 feet 6 inches.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, if I know I've got a few of these somewhere, so I drop it.
Don't put it in your pocket.
Yeah, I've got a few of these, so if I find any more, I'll clean them up and I'll send them over to you.
Yeah, because actually that would make a good scrapyard, because I've got a drawer full of junkyard locomotive parts. Old car bodies and stuff that you could make. It would locomotive scrapping thing. But we probably ought to shut this thing off so you can go to bed. And I can let the dogs out.
Yeah, well, it looks like chat's gone quiet, and I'm actually surprised Bubs is still asleep.
I'm surprised people were brave enough to jump on, especially with this craziness.
Hey, well, let's see. It's I'm now gonna do math. 10, 11, 12. It's like 1 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here, so yeah, it's about 1 o'clock. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm gonna have to scoot. So.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna head off.
No.
Thanks for everyone.
Okay.
Everyone who's joined, thanks for joining. We might do this again.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we might do this again another day, because I'm gonna be pretty bored to some extent.
Yeah, if we get bored, we'll just do this again, and maybe I can get a long train going before we get going. That was a disaster. That didn't work.
Actually, before I do go, you know the wife and I were talking about today?
No.
Okay, so this is the dining room, right?
Okay.
And it goes to the lounge room. Like, lounge room kind of goes around the corner that way.
Okay.
But see that window there in front of that?
Yeah.
Where that rocking chair is?
Right.
I might be relocating my layout to there.
That'd be cool.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's up to a point where it's pretty much finished. Like, I don't have.
They're never finished, right?
Oh, if you got a big enough one, yeah, it's never finished. But this one I purposely built so it was a layout I can take to exhibitions, a layout I can enjoy my trains on. And for the last say 2 years, all I've been really doing is just the little fine details, like adding the little people, buying cars.
Okay. Yeah.
Just all the little things. So
sure.
Like the only time I had a massive disaster was when I poured the river, but it was kind of a blessing in disguise to some extent. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna shut the stream down. So.
Thank you. If anybody's still on chat, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Chat to you all later.
Okay. Yeah, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.